What's good, fam? Thanks for joining me again for another GOAT format video. So this match was actually brought to me by my boy SmellMyFinger. I've had him on the channel before. This is the semifinals for the Raw tournament that happened May 12th. It was hosted on Jinzo and Tonic's Discord server. Guys, if you want to check out Jinzo and Tonic's Discord server, I'll go ahead and put the link in the description below. So basically, there's three brackets. There's the Slifer, Raw, and Obelisk tournament brackets. You obviously have to level up from Slifer to Raw to Obelisk. What happens is you try to level up in these brackets or these tournaments, and then you make it to Obelisk. If you win an Obelisk tournament, then you get your invite to the World Championship. Right now, like I said, this is the semifinals to the Raw tournament. I actually tried to get the finals, which was also won by my boy SmellMyFinger. But what happened was apparently he won game one, and then his opponent scooped or quit the game, so he wound up winning the Raw tournament. But this is the only match. Not the only match, but this is the closest thing to the finals that we have for that tournament. But anyways, enough of that, guys. Guys, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, because that helps me a ton, guys. And anyways, let's just hop right into this. Let's see who's gonna win the rock, paper, scissors first. So scissors. Okay, so Yami is gonna win the rock, paper, scissors. Yami Mokuba, that's a good name. Let's see what these opening hands are. So Yami Mokuba's opening hand is Ojama Trio, Cyber Jar, Cylinders, Just Desserts, and Giant Rat. SmellMyFinger's opening hand is Magician of Faith, Pot of Greed, Nobleman, Dakochi, and Gravekeeper Spy. I'm assuming Yami Mokuba's playing, I guess what they call Aggro Bomb or Panda Burn, I guess you can call it. I say Panda Burn because I see the Giant Rats there. But let's see what the 6th card is for Mokuba. Mokuba's 6th card is Premature Burial. So there's not much to do here. You can just set the Ojama Trio with the Just Desserts. You could set the Cylinders also, because if they heavy you, you're just dealing 15 and then you're putting goats on their boards. Not goats, but Ojama Trios. So let's see what he does here. He should also probably set this Giant Rat. So he holds on to the Cylinders, which is fine because you don't want to lose that off the Heavy Storm. SmellMyFinger draws into Mirror Force, activates Pot of Greed. Okay, so he activates Nobleman first. People usually do that because if you get a flip effect monster, then that just thins your deck out, and then you can just Pot of Greed and draw into better cards. But he activates Nobleman, hits a Giant Rat, and then plays Pot of Greed right away. Draws himself for Geki Break and Thunder Dragon, so that was obviously really good. So Thunder Dragon's gonna come down now. And then you could, I would just set the Dakochi. I would want to hold off on setting the Spy, and I would absolutely want to hold off on setting Magician of Faith. So in my opinion, you can just set the Dakochi with the Mirror Force and just pass. Okay, so SmellMyFinger actually sets the Magician of Faith, probably because he wants to go for some kind of blowout. Sets the Mirror Force and the Regeki Break and passes over. Mokuba draws into a Morphing Jar, which is pretty scary. Let's see what he does. He can just set the Cyber Jar and pass over. Also sets the Cylinders, says go. End phase, Regeki Break gets activated by SmellMyFinger. Chucking Thunder Dragon, drops himself into the Dakochi. This is gonna go through. So he's gonna flip the Magician of Faith, get Pot of Greed, activate Pot. Draws into Solemn and Torrential Tribute. So he could just man up with the Dakochis. He doesn't necessarily have to set them. But let's see what he does. So he swings for 300. Sets the Dakochi with Solemn and Torrential, passes over, and phase Ojama Trio. And there's no reason not to just shotgun the Just Desserts. So I'm assuming he's going to do that also. Just Desserts goes down. Mokuba draws into Secret Barrel, which was really, really good. Sets the barrel, sets Morphing Jar, passes over. Finger draws into a second Spy, which is unfortunate. So he's going to flip the Dakochi. Let's see what happens after that. Okay, so he changed Torrential Tribute to the Dakochi, which is really good too. When you're playing against these kind of burn decks, you're assuming, I mean, he saw Giant Rat, so he can assume Giant Rat. You're also assuming Death's Koala. You really don't want that to go off. So Torrential Tribute wasn't half bad here. He's obviously gonna take the 900 burn damage. Mokuba might want to change the secret barrel now because he'll get the most amount of burn off of this. So let's see what happens. So he lets it go through. And let's see. Mokuba's left with 2 cards in his hand. I mean, sorry, 2 cards face down, 1 in his hand. I mean, when I play against these burn decks, I just try to man up. So he might just summon this Sork and something else and just try to swing. Let's see what happens. He also summons the Kochi, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. This is gonna get cylindered. Leaves him at 23. Swings for 14. He's gonna eat that, pass over. He draws into Pot of Greed, which is good. Plays it, draws into Knock and Call the Haunted. Both cards aren't doing anything. So just set call and pass. Finger draws into Tsukiyomi, so summon it. And I only say summon it because you just want to kill these burn decks. He just top decked whatever that was off of Pot of Greed. If it was a Torrential, that was really unfortunate. If it's Mirror Force, it's also unfortunate. But you have to try to do whatever you can to just beat these decks as soon as possible. You don't want them getting resources or anything like that. But anyway, summon Tsukiyomi. Obviously, that's going to trigger the Dekochi. Dekochi's going to draw Book of Moon. So just swing with everything. Cool, so that leaves him at 15. Sets Book and passes. Mokuba draws into Death's Koala, which is really good. He still has Secret Barrel. Passes over. So this is 2,000 by itself off of the Secret Barrel. I would just activate it now. And then 1 card with Death's Koala will get him game 1. So let's see what happens here. Summons the Tsukiyomi, draws himself another card. So this is 22. Plays Graceful Charity. Gets himself Duo, Tribe, and Chaos Sork. I would just get rid of this Duo. I'm not beat to lose anything like that. Maybe get rid of the Thunder Dragon also. Okay, he gets rid of the Spy. Summons Chaos Sork. Sets his whole hand. And then swings. Koala's gonna deal 800. Tries to swing for game, and then Secret Barrel's played. I think he has to Solemn down. Yeah, so this is game 1, guys. So that's the end of game 1. I would have just activated the Secret Barrel right away. Finger would have been forced to just activate the Solemn Judgment, and then possibly one of 2 things. He was either forced to activate Solemn Judgment right away, or hold on to the Solemn Judgment in case the other card was a burn card, which in case he would have just lost to the Koala. But let's see what happens here. So Finger wins game 1, obviously. Let's see what happens game 2. So Mokuba's opening hand is Double Barrel, a Smashing Ground, Cyber Jar, and Ojama Trio. Finger's opening hand is Thunder Dragon, Graceful Charity, which is broken, Double Magician of Faith, and Nobleman of Crossout. 6 card for Mokuba is Nobleman of Crossout. So just set these 3 and then set Cyber Jar. There's not much to do here. It's pretty autopilot. Finger draws into Tsukiyomi, so this play is autopilot too. So let's see what just happens here. Gets himself Breaker, Spy, and Dust Tornado. Obviously, Thunder Dragons are going. So you can just activate Nobleman now. And then set Magician of Faith, set Dust Tornado. Pass over. Mokuba draws into Pot of Greed, which is amazing. Activates Nobleman. Pot of Greed gets himself a Panda and a Heavy Storm. So he doesn't have to heavy now. He could if he really wanted to. But he summons Panda, swings for 800. Passes over. Finger draws into Solemn Judgment. So he could just set Breaker. Summon Breaker. He could just set Spy and the Solemn. And he can't get over it. I mean, he doesn't know that he has Ojama Trios. So that might be the play. Let's see what he does here. Summons Breaker. I guess he targeted. the barrel. Let's look at the log real quick. Pointed at secret barrel. Okay, so he targeted the barrel. He's gonna chain that, and then swing. So he's gonna play Ojama Trio. That's the pro play to do here. So he plays the trio. Yeah, I have to check the ruling on this. I thought that. Yeah, I thought you got a replay off of this. But I'll check that out anyways. But anyways, he swings in. Mokuba activates Ojama Trio, dropping three Ojama tokens. That's gonna make him a lot bigger. And the breaker's just gonna run into that. So he's probably gonna set the Solemn Judgment and pass. Mokuba draws into Just Desserts. So activate Secret Barrel. Now he's gonna play the heavy. So he does it in Solemn, which is smart. Swings in with the Panda. Leaves him at 19. Oh, leaves him at 16. Sets Just Desserts and passes over. Figure draws into Ring of Destruction. So, I mean, there's not much to do here either. He's just going to probably set Spy to try to make a wall. But then Panda is just going to swing in, and then Just Desserts going to go off, and that's going to be game one. Doesn't matter what happens here. Swing in. Yep. Okay, so game 3. Finger goes first. Opening hand is Thunder Dragon, Spy, Book of Moon, Dakochi, and Heavy Storm. Mokuba's opening hand is Double Barrel, a Panda, a Koala, and a Sangan. 6 card for Finger is Regeki Break, so obviously activate Thunder Dragon, and then probably set Dakochi with the Regeki Break and pass over. Mokuba draws into a Giant Rat, so these 2 cards are going down. He could just set the Sangan also if he wants to protect himself from getting his Koala and his Rat Nobleman. But let's see what he does. Okay, so he summons Panda, swings in. That's going to get Regeki Breaked, passes over after setting both cards. Finger draws into Snatch Steal. Obviously, the coach is going to go off now. Okay, Heavy Storm's going to go off first. He's going to take 24, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, yeah, with the, I'm like, that's 2,000. With the Heavy Storm, that's 2,400. Flips the Kochi. Gets himself a Nobleman. So now he's going to man up with the Spy, which is really good. Because, again, you just want to kill these guys ASAP. You really don't care about making the best play to defend or anything like that. You just want to kill them. Sets Book of Moon and passes over. Mokuba draws into Death Koala. None of these cards are going to do anything face down. He might just summon the Giant Rat to swing into the Kochi. But let's see what happens here. That's going to get Book of Moon. Passes over. Finger draws into Dust Tornado. So he's going to do 3K and then just set Dust Tornado and pass. Mokuba draws into Ceasefire. So I'm assuming Koala with Ceasefire, because Koala is gonna wall that up. Ceasefire is gonna get Dust Tornado on end phase. Let's see what happens, and then let's see if he draws a Sork. I only say that because that's a card to get over the Mokuba's monster. It was either that or Nobleman or BLS, but he plays more Sorks than BLS. But anyways, he draws into it and swings. I would have just set the Snatch Steal, and that's it, guys. So that's the final. Well, that's this. Let's call it the semifinals to the Raw tournament. It was technically the losers bracket finals, but yeah, guys. I hope you like this match. It was Burn against Chaos. I know nobody here likes Burn, but I hope you learned something watching this game. You really just have to commit to the board and try to kill them as fast as possible. As you saw, Finger just dropped his Spy, sack for Thunder Dragons. You just want to put as much pressure as you can against these guys. Put them on a clock as opposed to them having you on the clock when you're just trying to defend and do regular plays. But anyways, that was the end of this match, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Please hit the like button, guys. Subscribe to my channel, Share this video with your friends if you enjoyed the video. Guys, if you want to help support me, check out my TCG player link in the description below. You can also check out my merch store, which is also in the description below. And I'll see everybody next time, all right? Peace.